What's up, guys? It's Welcome Waves. Today we are going to be going through some old shit that I made. One of my first songs ever, actually. So I found my old SoundCloud account from over 7 years ago from high school, and we're going to take a listen. It's called Song, very aptly named. So this was way back in the day when I really first started getting into music. I think what really inspired me at first was, honestly, and this is probably similar for a lot of people, but when Skrillex put out his first album, I had heard he made it on a laptop, and I was just like blown away. So I decided to get into it, downloaded like the free version of Ableton 8, and just got to work with it. So that's really how it all started. I made a bunch of really shitty music, and slowly over the years it got better and better and better. So I actually haven't listened to this track yet to keep my reaction genuine, I guess. So I'm kind of interested to see how it goes. Lots of whoops. I was trying my best. It does have some cool keys in it, though. Here. Oh, okay. I can tell that this has been kind of my style all along. It's like really synth heavy, pretty much everything. I think overall some of the elements aren't that bad, but I'm kind of just throwing them all together like a soup. Oh, new whoop. We got a new whoop in there. It's not as bad as I remembered it, but I can tell like it's missing like a lot of of movement to it. Like there's no like elements in the background that just make the track like move forward and make you feel like you're like going somewhere. That one was like really bad, actually. I think this section goes on for like 32 bars or something crazy like that. I should have tried to put some vocal samples in it or something. Also, pretty repetitive. I really let this go on for like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, it's definitely, I can tell that I was stuck in like the 4-bar loop mentality, which is just, the same 4 bars repeating like over and over and over again, which like with a tool like Ableton, it's pretty easy to get stuck in that. So I'm not surprised that that's kind of what it sounds like, my first track. Yeah, so I think overall it wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard, but it's definitely just a hodgepodge of 4-bar loops stacked on top of each other. I'm lucky that they were at least in the same key, I guess, but yeah, I could tell that I still had a pretty strong like sense of melody, and I think that probably comes from like being in band for most of my life as a kid, so that definitely like helped me out, and I can tell like from listening to that that's definitely true. But overall, like I had a lot to learn, and I think I think I've come a pretty long way. All right, so this is a song that I most recently put out. It's actually under my personal name, Hunter Hatch. It's called Circles, and it's really it might be one of my favorite songs that I've made. So we'll go ahead and take a listen.
I'm feeling lost again. I'm stuck inside my head.
And I've started doing my own vocals, so I'm proud of that too. Immediately, like I can tell, the elements are a lot more complex, and they're also more sparsely put throughout the track, so it's not all stacked on top of each other. The elements themselves are a lot more dynamic as well. Like the vocals kind of change and what effects they have, like throughout that first verse. Which, you know, in the first song, they were all kind of the same. They just stayed the same through the whole song. It's also the first song that I put out with my vocals on it. It took me a really long time, like almost the whole 7 years, to become confident in my own like vocal recording. I think one thing to mention too is the element of like collaboration. So this was a collaboration with another artist called Temple. And that's not something really talked about a lot in terms of like personal growth as a musician, but I got a lot better at working with other people and telling them what I needed out of a track. So that guitar you hear is actually Temple playing. And I think it's just a huge step up from where I was at 7 years ago, working completely alone. Like, you know, I don't think I would have had the same capability of like going to somebody and saying, "Oh, this is like exactly what I need, you know, for this part." And it's actually just the same vocal line, but I've chopped it up and tuned it all sorts of different ways to make a new melody out of old material. This one also has like lots of peaks and valleys that I like too, where the music will just build up and then drop off into like much quieter sections, and I think that makes it like more impactful too. It's crazy listening to how like different the tracks are. Completely moved away from the like electronic like dubstep kind of stuff that I was really passionate about before, and found a little bit more of a home in something that's a little bit softer and more melodic. So with that one, what I'm listening to is like definitely a lot of growth has happened within the last 7 years. Even though it's a completely different style, I can tell like I was a lot more deliberate with the elements that I put into the song and why I had them there in the first place. Like whether it was to carry a melody or to, you know, bring movement to the track in order to like help the listeners like differentiate between different sections and stuff like that. And overall, like it was a lot more cohesive in terms of a piece of music. Like the lyrics and the sound design, they all kind of fit together to try and like paint this picture, you know, using sound. So it's really cool to actually listen to them side by side, because you know, day to day, like when I sit down and I start writing something, you know, I don't really think about how far I've come sometimes. And you know, even now, I get frustrated with not being able to write things, but it's kind of reassuring looking back, like, you know, 7 years ago, and be like, damn, like I really did, you know, come a long way. So hopefully, you know, I'll continue to grow and be as proud of the stuff that I continue to make as I am now. So there you have it. I'm Welcome Waves. Yeah, definitely go look me up on Spotify if you like more electronic stuff, and if you want to listen to that last song that we just went over, look up Hunter Hatch. That's my personal name, and I released that one under. So thanks for listening. It's been an interesting experience, and see you next time.